blood clots. Just the name alone sends shivers down your spine. These lurking menaces can wreak havoc in your body, potentially leading to heart attacks, strokes, and pulmonary embolisms. But what if you could outwit these clotty culprits? What if there were powerful foods that could act as your natural blood thinners and dissolve blood clots like a magic bullet? This ultimate guide dives deep into the fascinating world of blood clot prevention. We'll crack the code on 8 foods that can be your secret weapon against clots, unveil the powerful dietary know-how to prevent blood clots naturally, and explore surprising truths about foods that might be silently sabotaging your efforts. Are you ready to unlock the secrets to a clot-free future? Buckle up and get prepared to outmaneuver those menacing blood clots for good. But before we know about these foods, what are blood clots? Blood clots are gel-like masses of blood that form to stop bleeding after an injury. Nevertheless, the development of clots in healthy blood vessels can result in the obstruction of blood flow, which can lead to severe health complications such as pulmonary embolism, blood clot in the lungs, stroke, and heart attack. Diet plays a role in overall health. Certain foods can influence blood clotting risk factors. It's important to understand that there isn't a single food that definitively causes blood clots. Instead, dietary factors and individual health conditions contribute to the risk. Having established these points, let's examine the 8 worst foods that can cause blood clots. However, it's crucial to remember that this information is for educational purposes only and shouldn't replace professional medical advice. 1. Processed meats. Processed meats like sausages, hot dogs, bacon, and deli are often high in saturated fat, sodium, and nitrates/nitrites. Excessive saturated fat intake can elevate LDL, bad cholesterol, promoting inflammation and potentially increasing blood clotting risk. Sodium can raise blood pressure, another risk factor. While the exact impact of nitrates/nitrites on clotting is debated, some studies suggest they affect platelet function and the cells involved in clot formation. Healthier alternatives. Lean poultry, chicken, turkey, without skin. Fish, salmon, tuna, sardines, rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which have anti-inflammatory properties. Beans and lentils as a plant-based protein source. 2. Refined carbohydrates. White bread, pastries, sugary cereals, and other refined carbohydrates can cause blood sugar spikes. Elevated and persistent blood sugar levels are linked to exacerbated inflammation and might raise the risk of blood clot formation. Healthier alternatives. Whole grain bread, pasta, and brown rice provide sustained energy and fiber, which helps regulate blood sugar. Fruits and vegetables are naturally low in refined carbohydrates and high in fiber and antioxidants with anti-inflammatory benefits. 3. Trans fats. These artificial fats are found in commercially baked goods, fried foods, and some processed snacks. Trans fats raise LDL cholesterol and decrease HDL, good cholesterol, creating an unhealthy blood lipid profile that can increase blood clotting risk. Healthier alternatives. Look for labels that say 0G trans fat. Opt for cooking methods like baking, grilling, or steaming instead of frying. Select nutritious fats such as olive oil, avocado, and almonds. 4. Organ meats. While rich in specific nutrients, organ meats like liver, kidney, and sweetbreads are very high in cholesterol. Excessive cholesterol intake can contribute to plaque buildup in arteries, increasing the risk of blood clots getting lodged in narrowed passages. Healthier alternatives. Chicken breast, fish, and beans are lean protein sources that offer essential nutrients without the added cholesterol. Limit organ meat consumption to occasional treats. 5. Excessive salt intake. While sodium is an essential electrolyte, consuming too much salt can raise blood pressure. Persistent hypertension contributes to the formation of blood clots by increasing the pressure exerted on the walls of blood vessels, which may result in injury and increase the likelihood of a clot. Healthier alternatives. Limit processed foods, a significant source of hidden sodium. Use herbs and spices for flavor instead of salt. Gradually reduce your overall salt intake to allow your taste buds to adjust. 6. Full-fat dairy products. Saturated fat levels may be elevated in full-fat dairy products, including butter, cheese, and whole milk. As mentioned earlier, excessive saturated fat intake can elevate LDL cholesterol and potentially increase blood clotting risk. Healthier alternatives. Choose low-fat or fat-free dairy options. Opt for plant-based milk alternatives like soy milk or almond milk if you have concerns about saturated fat or lactose intolerance. 7. Certain dietary supplements. Some dietary supplements, like high-dose vitamin E or fish oil, can have blood-thinning effects. However, these supplements can interact with prescription blood thinners and increase the risk of bleeding. Important note: never take dietary supplements without consulting your doctor, especially if you have any underlying health conditions or are taking medications. 8. Excessive alcohol consumption. Chronic heavy alcohol consumption can damage the liver, an organ responsible for producing proteins involved in blood clotting. Liver damage can impair its ability to regulate clotting effectively. Healthier alternatives. Limit alcohol intake according to recommended guidelines, generally 1 drink per day for women and 2 drinks per day for men. Opt for non-alcoholic beverages most of the time. Remember, this list offers a broad summary, and the influence of these foods on the risk of blood clotting can differ based on individual health conditions and overall dietary habits. People with existing health conditions that increase blood clotting risk, like thrombophilia, genetic clotting disorder, or a history of blood clots, must be extra cautious with their diet. A medical professional, such as a doctor or registered dietitian, can develop an individualized plan that considers these aspects and offers precise advice for managing the risk of blood clotting through dietary measures. Moderation and portion control. Even healthy foods can contribute to clotting risk if consumed in excess. This is where your power lies. Moderation and portion control are essential. For example, while nuts and seeds are a good source of healthy fats, consuming large amounts can increase calorie intake and potentially worsen other health conditions that indirectly elevate blood clotting risk. By being mindful of your portions, you can take control of your health. Importance of overall dietary patterns. More than just eliminating a few foods will be needed to solve the problem. This is where your knowledge comes in. It is more advantageous to choose a nutritious diet that includes various fruit and vegetable choices, whole cereals, and lean protein sources. This promotes a balanced intake of nutrients that can help manage inflammation, blood sugar levels, and cholesterol, all of which can influence blood clotting risk. By comprehending the function of each food category in your dietary intake, you may make well-informed decisions to improve your health. Hydration. Sufficient hydration is essential for general well-being and can also contribute to the process of blood coagulation. Dehydration can thicken blood, making it more prone to clotting. Aim to drink plenty of water throughout the day. Consulting a doctor or dietitian. Suppose you have apprehensions regarding blood clots or are at an elevated risk owing to health conditions. In that case, getting advice from a medical professional or a certified dietitian is imperative. They can assess your needs, review medications, and create a personalized dietary plan to manage blood clotting risk effectively. This plan might involve specific recommendations beyond the general points discussed here. Additional considerations. Certain medical conditions, some conditions, like autoimmune diseases or inflammatory bowel disease, can increase blood clotting risk. If you have such conditions, managing them effectively through treatment can also help reduce blood clotting risk. Weight management. Sustaining an optimal body weight can alleviate strain on the circulatory system and potentially decrease the likelihood of blood clot formation. Regular physical exercise enhances overall well-being and circulation, aiding in the management of the risk of blood clot formation. However, consult your doctor before starting any new exercise program. Conclusion: diet plays a role in blood clotting risk, but it's one factor among many. A comprehensive approach considering individual health conditions, medications, and overall lifestyle habits is crucial for effective management. By maintaining a healthy weight, remaining hydrated, making informed dietary choices, and consulting with healthcare professionals, individuals can proactively reduce their risk of blood clotting. Disclaimer: the information contained in this video is intended for educational purposes only and should not be interpreted as medical advice. It is advisable to get advice from your doctor or trained dietitian for personalized recommendations on managing the risk of blood clotting through dietary changes or other health concerns.